Well, good morning, everyone. It is so wonderful to be here with you. I am really excited to be having this conversation. And today I have a special guest with me. Today, Arlene Broussard is joining us. And we are just, we've been having such an amazing time together.
Yeah.
I've been so fortunate to be passing through Los Angeles and to be spending time with Arlene. And we have just been vibing and been so energized in the time that we've been together. We've been having incredible conversations. We've been having wonderful moments. And we really just wanted to open up this discussion and dialogue that we have been having for the last 2 weeks, which is how to live from a place of abundance, from a place of wealth, and wealth on all levels, not just money, like wealth of experiences, wealth of magical moments, wealth of witnessing beauty all around us, wealth of laughter, of joy, like true wealth. And we've known each other since 2018, where we met through a wealth mastermind. But This wasn't an ordinary wealth mastermind.
No.
This was one that was so different. And whilst we talked about money, we focused on the structure of money. What I really got from that mastermind was coming up with my own definition of what juicy living was. What wealth was. And I redefined that and then started living from that.
Yeah. Similarly, I went to that mastermind for affirmation that I was financially free already. And I wanted it from a woman, and I got it. I got the validation that I had done the numbers right. And then from there, and that happened in the beginning, we went on, as you said, and went on this journey of travel and delicious foods and amazing adventures and like roller coasters, literally. And just really, like you said, learned so many new ways of abundance, of living in abundance, of allowing myself to be free, to live abundantly, to just, present in the moment of life, of being in nature, of as you call them, the simple things,
Right.
Like slowing down enough, right? I worked a corporate job for 25 years and slowing down enough to see, the petals on the flower and in the arrangement, sitting on the counter here, to really, deepening in our conversation, having conversation that is stimulating and able to not be rushed, right? How often I remember when I was working that I'm rushing someone because I have in my mind that, I've got to go do this other thing. Whereas now it's like, I don't need to rush. Yeah. There's no this is where life is happening. It's happening right here, right now, right here in this moment, So yeah, I feel like I've been in I feel like I'm in another life. I feel like I'm in another life, having tapped into really the stillness or the slowness of life, like being able to just be present. We talk about being present, that so much abundance shows up when we are present. I think about how you showed up on my doorstep. Right. So you had let me know you were going to be in Hawaii and in 3 islands in Hawaii. And I said, oh, Kauai, I would love to go and meet you in Kauai.
Yeah.
And that was what my plan was. Like, oh, my plan is I want to go to Kauai. And when I went to look at the tickets, they were, more money than I was willing to invest to go to Kauai at that time. It was a short notice to book the flight. So I said, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to see you there. And then a little bit after that, you contacted me and said, hey, are you near LA? Because I have a layover there on my way to Bali. And I'm like, yeah, I'm very close to LA. And I said, why don't you come? And I got, an inspiration to say, and stay as long as you want. Stay as long as you want. I didn't know that she had an open ticket. But I said, come and stay as long as you want. And then I found out once she got here that she actually has an open ticket. And she's been here for 15 days. We've been here 15 days. And talk about, what has opened up. So much has opened up.
For both of us.
For both of us.
But share what's opened up for you.
Yeah. So, I have been, I'm going to say celebrated, because Natalie just celebrates people around her. She has been opening me up to foods, like delicious ways of eating, listening to my body for what it wants, like not just eating as the structured engineer that I have been trained to be, can do with my eating. She's like, well, does your body want this right now? I'm like, oh, well, I never thought about it that way. And so I've been feeling more into what I want to eat and eating. God, we've been eating such delicious, just the food preparation, the way that she prepares it. So it looks as beautiful as it tastes. So definitely eating more healthily and living more from my guidance, right? Being even more in tune, because I'm in this frequency with Natalie. I've opened up, I've gotten downloads about more like how to show up more in my business and in a different way. Like, she's shared with me, she's like, oh my, I'm getting, a side of you or parts of you that I didn't know. Right. So when we met in 2018 in our mastermind, a certain me showed up, but not a full, not the full me that she's getting, living, right. And living in, I have a 550 square foot condominium, which is 1 bedroom, a small living room, and the kitchen's actually part of the living room. So it's a small space and a bathroom that we're sharing. So she's getting me, right? And she's like laughing. And so now from spending this time with her, being in this high frequency, now I'm like, I've got the wisdom. She actually did a clearing with me and helped me release some of my, past densities, past traumas, which has awakened in me, allowed in me, showing in me to show up more fully, more of myself, because I'm not weighted with, with those densities, those specific densities that I was carrying. And I just feel so alive and so really just happy, joyful, just like, yeah, I'm loving having Natalie here with me. It's like such I'm essentially getting like a VIP experience of, of your essence, of who you are. And it's amazing.
Oh,
it's amazing. It's been, it has been, and it still is it's a gift. Yeah. And in a expanded, like we're both expanded, right? We're both, there's just like this, I don't know, just an uplift in the energy.
Definitely. And I think like we're tapping into the frequency of limitlessness, because, we keep having every day, there's another level of conversation that gets brought to the table. And, I'm moving through so much density. My body is anticipating the move and the transition to Bali. And with every day that draws closer, I'm shifting so much more and moving through so much more density. But what is so beautiful is that at the same time, I'm also tapping to so much joy. We are always laughing. We are always smiling and giggling. And, you know, the depth and the level of my gratitude just expands with each day that passes. And what's so beautiful is that that's mirrored in you too.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's what also makes this time together such a gift, is because we both there.
Oh yeah.
And because we both there, we're actually shifting and moving through so much at a really accelerated rate.
Definitely.
You know,
Definitely.
and also it's like we are each fully seen.
Completely.
Right?
Right. Yeah, completely. Like that piece of being seen by you, someone who I value who you are.
Mm-hmm.
And so because I've, was attracted to you, because when I first met you, I'm like, oh, I'm like adopting you and your siblings as my family. There's a, if you think about people that you're attracted to their energy, I feel that way. I felt that way when I first met Natalie, and to now be in, living, moment to moment in the same space and experiences for the past 15 days, there's a being seen. There's a depth of intimacy that is really nourishing, right? It's so nourishing to be seen by someone that I value, that I admire, that I respect, and whose energy I want to be like, right? It's like I see your energy, I'm attracted to your energy. I want some of that, right? I want some of that energy. I want some of that energy that said, I'm going, I've got called to go to travel for 18 months, and I know I want to go to Hawaii. I feel the download to go to Bali, to Goa, like that, living from that space. I want more of that, right? It's like, I want to deepen into that. I want some of what you're experiencing. As they say, I want what she's having. I want what she's having. And some may say, like some of the people that know me, who've known me, will say, well, Arlene, you're already like that. I have people say, well, you're already there. Yeah. And so I choose more, please.
Yeah.
Right. More, please. It's like I'm associating with someone, with others who have what I want, who are in energy that I want to be in, that I want to reflect on and nurture and nourish and cultivate. And that's what we've been doing for each other. And oh my goodness, it just keeps getting better, right? It's like it's not getting like, oh gosh, it's too much. No, it just keeps getting better. We keep deepening into, this is what life is. This is why we incarnated. This is why we're here in 3D form, to hear beautiful music and hear the birds outside. We saw an owl, right? The owl. So we were hearing this sound, and I kept, oh, it's coyotes. It's because we have coyotes.
And I'm like, no.
And she's like, it's not. And we're standing on the porch, and she's like, there. It was an owl. I've never seen an owl right here on my porch. An owl. And we saw it a second day as well. So we are drawing in this energy, right? She's on this amazing frequency that you picked up in, or I shouldn't say you picked up, that you tapped further into in Hawaii, no doubt, on your helicopter ride in Kauai, on Maui, and on the Big Island. And you've brought it here, right? You've integrated it. It's in you did some integration when you first got here. When she first got here, she needed downtime. She's like, I can't go out. I need downtime. Like, okay, that's fine, you know. And so she listens to her body, right? It's like, listen, put your hand on your heart and feel what your body's saying to you. What is she saying? She's good at that. She's really good at that. Yeah.
But I mean, it's such a gift, because the more we can be true to ourselves, and what's great about our time together is we really are becoming really aware of our own human designs, which is so beautiful.
Yes.
Because I'm a generator and I'm a projector.
Yeah.
And I'm, I have loads of energy.
She's always on. I'm always on. She's always on. I'm not always on. And I actually can't be with someone who's always on.
No.
Not 24 hours.
No.
I can totally be with someone always on in my
Small doses.
in my small doses. And so it's actually, it's amplified my awareness that I'm a projector, which is someone who doesn't have, like we actually use jars to show that my energy reserves are this size and hers are this size. She has so much energy. So I will be with her and have fun and cracking up and telling jokes and having a great time. And then I'll get to a point where she's talking to me, being Natalie, and I'm like eyes glazing eyes are glazing over a little bit. I'm like, I need to go take a rest. And she gets it, right? She gets it. She knows I'm a projector, and I'll just go and I'll get some space. And it works, right? And it works because she's not offended that I don't find her stimulating conversation interesting. It's that she knows that I'm a projector and that I need my downtime. I need to walk away and come back to myself and recharge. Because I've got this much energy and she's got this much, she's got this much. I don't think hers ever runs out.
I think when I got here, it was low.
Yeah.
When I arrived.
I said that when and how beautiful that you could feel that you're in tune to know. And she did that for 2 days.
I'm like,
for 2 days, we stayed here in this space, and her resting and eating and refueling her body. And that, was a great lesson for me in the nutrition, the things that you feed yourself as you're traveling. That was not something that I think a lot about when I travel. And I learned some really beneficial, tactile things to do, and the listening, right? Really listening to your body and not pushing your body harder than you need to.
No, because I think all along I've known that my body's on this journey with me. But like I told you the other day, I'm like, it's me, my body, my heart, and my soul, and the divine God and my guides. We are on this journey together, and my body's a fundamental part of that. So being able to take time out to integrate, because Hawaii was huge. The downloads that I had, the upgrades that I had while I was there for 17 days, that was powerful. And going straight to Bali would not have been for my highest good.
No.
I really needed this. I call it a sacred pause. I needed the sacred pause to really just ground, to, come back to me and to embody those massive shifts and give my body the space and the time to integrate in a way that's easeful, in a way that's nourishing, in a way that is supportive, not forcing her, not rushing her to integrate quicker than I would like her to integrate, and so as I move on this journey, it's like, whilst I listen to my body really deeply, and I always have, it's like that dial is sharpened even more now, because we're on this journey together, and she's my support, I'm her support, so's my soul, so's the guidance, so's, my guides. And it's really about tapping into that knowing. And I know I talk a lot about intuition and really listening to your body, but it is such a gift. So there have been so many places that have previously been planned to go to on this journey, and the plan keeps changing. And I am walking with change. I am walking with fear. I'm walking with things, with uncertainty, and with things constantly changing. And Arlene asked me, on more than one occasion, so has a date dropped in yet? And I'm like, no, not yet. And, I'd check in and I'd listen and I go, actually, no, everything is quiet. And then the one day I'm like, got a date. It's the 13th. And then we both got excited. And from that point, because guidance had come through, I was able to act and implement and book my ticket on the same day, and everything's been happening since then.
And it's important for me to say with that, when I was asking her, do you have a date yet? It wasn't to say, are you leaving yet? Because your energy is just so much. It wasn't that. It was because I had activities going on.
Right.
I had actually had a bachelorette party celebrating a good friend this past weekend, and I needed to know how to navigate that. And I also have other celebrations going on the following week. And so I just was feeling into how do I navigate that, and I've had actually lots of parties and celebrations. I realize because I have someone to reflect with, that I have so much celebration in my life. I've attracted so much joy and celebration in my life. And what things could I invite Natalie to and not? And I needed to be able to communicate with people that were planning the parties. So that was why I kept asking her. It wasn't because I wanted her to leave. Because frankly, the experience with her keeps opening up new, amazing activities, right? We keep having experiences where it's like, wow, look at where we are. It's like, we found an amazing restaurant in Dana Point that we stumbled on, and just had this beautiful French meal with the most beautiful, like a beautiful kale salad with this beautiful piece of salmon and blueberries. And she had a delicious salad as well. And we went walking and looking over the harbor and saw a beautiful sunset and I saw
pelicans for the first time.
We saw the California brown pelicans for the first time. We saw tons of them. And she ran into a woman that she met on the plane.
Right. Coming over.
Did you meet her in San Francisco?
No, I met her in Kauai at the airport.
We're
sitting in the waiting area.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we're driving by and it's, Timeless Teak. She goes, that's the shop. Oh my goodness. So of course we went and parked there, and we went in and met with her and saw all these beautiful pieces of furniture
from
Bali. And so the synchronicities and the awarenesses, like life is guiding us, right? Life, we keep seeing, having these moments of just beauty and surprise and abundance that come from being present, living in the space of the heart, living in the space of the body, listening to your body, slowing down.
Yeah. And we are so present. We're so present when we eat. We're present in moments. We're present in nature. We're present in life.
Yeah.
And I think the more present we can be in life, the more we witness, the more that opens up to receiving so much more. And, receiving for me was a hard thing for many years because I was a yes girl, a people pleaser, an overgiver. And receiving was something that was very, very uncomfortable. And having done sort of the inner work, having shifted that, this journey has put me on the path of effortless receiving. Undoubtedly, with the experiences that I've attracted, with the beautiful people that I've attracted that have opened up their homes, their hearts, and have shared, space and moments with me, I could not have foreseen that, not in a million years. And so the more we follow that guidance of what is for us, the most amazing experiences happen that are unfathomable, that are just going to blow your mind. You're like, how, and I literally am tapped into, oh my goodness, this is my life. And I am so grateful.
Yeah.
That this is my life.
Yeah.
And we all have our own version of what juicy living is for each of us.
Definitely.
We've had this, we had this conversation just a little while ago. And, juicy living for me, I've really drilled down what is juicy living. Juicy living for me is my cinnamon tea, the sunrise, having a beautiful conversation, laughing, moving my body, dancing, the ocean, hearing the ocean, being at the ocean, nature.
Yeah,
just any forms of nature, and stimulating conversation and beautiful people, good food. There's so much that brings me so much joy. Family, connection, And for me, what I've really learned, it's the small things that are the big things. It's not the big things anymore. It's the small things that I previously took for granted for so many years because I wasn't fully present.
Well, I'm going to laugh at that a little bit because you said it's not the big things anymore, even though you're about to fly across the world to go to Bali, which is a big thing. So, but I appreciate what you're saying. Small things are really deeply enjoyable.
Yeah.
And so is the bigness of an 18-month travel journey. And as we're navigating together, the appreciating the small things really slows you down. Like when I think about, I'm going back to the blueberries in my salad when we were at the French restaurant, because while I have enjoyed food, I'm someone who enjoys the deliciousness of food. Since I've been with you, I see my food even more because I'm in this frequency with you of more stillness, more presence, because I'm resonating with someone who lives this way. So it's like it reminds me that this is this aspect of me that I'm able to actually be in even more of the day, even more time. Because when I go outside, I can get bumped into the frenetics of people driving fast and moving about in maybe a faster pace. Maybe they have more things going on, or they're just in a frequency that's different. But being here with you, I'm able to see the blade of the leaf that's on the tree right out here. I'm able to see the small things, see the detail, and revel in the beauty of it, the wonder and the beauty of life, and still be doing big things, right? Like going to the 4th of July party, Whitney's, or doing, or having, still participating in life, right? Still being in life, still being engaged, still, because I love people, even though I can't do people all the time. I'm a people person. I love, I love people. I'm a very spirited person. And we've been doing that too. Right? We've been doing that too. We've had a lot of outings and a lot of joy. And I want to mention one other thing when you talk about what's juicy living. So one of the other gifts I've gotten from being with Natalie is Natalie likes clothing.
I love clothes.
She likes fashion. And I will say that has not been I didn't grow up paying attention that much to clothing. Some of my friends might even say I purposely, didn't dress well or something, or it just wasn't a area where I put a lot of attention. My mom didn't have that be a value for us. That said, when I started working, obviously I started to get better at it. But since Natalie has been here with me, she has assisted me with finding more joy in my clothing and my jewelry, like in wearing my, my heart earrings and with my hair, like helping me with beauty in the 3D world in my clothing and having fun, pairing things. And so I've been out just like having such a good time in different outfits. We went shoe shopping and I was ready to leave the store because they were closing. And she's like, no. She pulled like 8 pairs of shoes off
in 5 minutes.
In 5 minutes. And I walked out with 3 new pairs of shoes that I love. And I'm like, oh my God, I would never have done that. But for her, she could just pull it, she just got the download. This will look beautiful. This will look, and she was right. And I'm like, I would have never picked up any of those shoes. I would have walked away. No, like I didn't see anything I liked. So she's opened up this, I will say like she's taken off my contracted ways with seeing the shoe aisle in Nordstrom Rack. Right? So she's changed she's just, and it is presence. It is being present, right? It's so.
And you have fun now.
I have
And there's so much joy, like
Yes.
literally, like
With-
watching you, like put your
Yeah.
outfits together and your
Yes.
jewelry and matching and
Yes.
coordinate everything.
Yes.
There is so much joy all over your
Yes.
face.
Yes.
It's palpable and
Yes.
it's beautiful.
Yes. And I'm going to say this because you said you have fun. I was having fun with my clothing before. It just didn't look quite as nice as it does now because I would put things on and then I might get feedback of like what I had matched up wasn't quite. So I was having fun, but not doing as well with my choices. I have been enhanced with how I match things because I actually was enjoying what I would put on, but it just wasn't particularly, it wasn't as nice as what you've assisted me with. Cause I'll say that. I'll say that. I was having
had so much
yeah,
fun together.
yes, agreed.
But this is also part of wealth expansion. Like we get
Yes.
to expand, to hold more, to have more, to receive more. And, that comes in multiple areas of our lives. We get to decide what that looks like,
Yes.
which areas of our lives that is. And I think what's so fun about like our journey together as sisters,
Mhm.
since 2018 is that we keep opening up to more. We both have
Yes.
this expanded growth mindset. And we're like,
Yes.
okay, what is wanting to show up right now? Because
Yes.
we've both had this palpable feeling of, ooh, something's brewing, something's
Yes.
stirring.
Yes.
What is it? Oh, it's exciting. And then waiting with anticipation and that excitement of, I'm going to live in that space of excitedness.
Yes.
And just be joyful in that space until that knowing comes, until that awareness deepens, or until that download comes through of, it's that. Wow. Okay, I'm ready. And what's been so great is, for me, our time together, you have helped me see things like from a whole different view. So what do I mean? It's like we've got such different language.
Oh, that's
Oh
for
my
sure.
goodness. So, back, I'm from South Africa, but I've lived in the UK and things are very similar there. And then I come here and I say a word and she goes, what do you mean? I go, the boot of the car, she says, you mean the trunk? And I'm like, oh yeah, the trunk. So this is happening the past 2 weeks where I say one thing,
different language. Yeah.
and she
different
says
words.
another. And I'm like, this is really interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So, I've really been more mindful to word choice, like conscious word choice. It's like, okay, well, what do I want to say? What's the right word to make sure that it is received and communicated.
And those are subtleties I think that I know I took for granted going to South Africa, going to the UK, because it's all English,
right?
We're all speaking English, but we are saying different words like it. I mean, and it has different meaning. Like a boot is something you have on your foot,
right?
It's not the trunk of the car here.
No,
but there it is. And we've had many words. I can't think of any other ones, but where I've just been like what? Like I'm just looking at you going, like, what do you like? I don't know. I don't understand what you're saying. And she's like, why not? I said, like I was pretty clear. So, and I want to bring up another point that just now when you're saying that because this is a subtlety, and these kind of subtleties keep happening for me with you here. So I am so practiced at enjoying life that when you just said, oh my God, you're having so much fun now with your clothing and whatever. And I'm like, well, wait a minute.
Already having fun.
I already having fun, and I was having fun. And that's a like an awareness for me of and more please. But I'm defending my funness. Like I'm already having fun, which I don't need to defend it. Right. But I have a tendency to, right? I have a tendency that that was a subtle nuance I just got when you were saying, like, Arlene, you are more joyful. I am more joyful with my clothing. And I'm enjoying more please, because so, sometimes, or I have heard some people say, oh, you shouldn't need more, because I live in the United States. We're like the place of moreness, having more grand, big house, big car, fabulous clothing, designer clothes, designer handbags, fabulous parties, champagne, like more and more and more. And so it's kind of been drilled in me to not be that way, because people have, talked about the excesses, the consumerism. And so I had that reaction. Well, what I have is already enough.
Yes.
It's already, and I can also have more.
Yes.
And I can also have more. And it's okay for me to celebrate it and have even more fun.
Absolutely.
And I am having even more fun with my clothes than I was before. But I had, convinced myself that I'm having enough fun with putting my big chunky necklace on that doesn't actually look right for whatever this event is that I'm doing.
Yeah.
But I wanted to wear my big chunky necklace, and the assistance with my clothing and how amazing I feel now, because I'm actually doing, wearing more of my clothes, having more fun with the clothes that I have, and also adding new things in. So I just wanted to bring up these subtleties. Even more of these subtleties and nuances are coming in through being in this frequency with you that are enhancing my life even more, that are allowing me to enjoy more.
Yes, please. And
yes, please. And
thank
more.
you. And more.
Yeah.
Right. And it's so true, like on my journey, I've been letting go of so much. I've literally been letting go of so much of the past 15 months in order to go on this journey. And in this time together, it's the simplicity of life that I'm most grateful for. It's the little things that I'm most grateful for, like not going out, not eating out, but having a meal in and eating in. Those are the things that I'm most grateful for. I'm like, I do not need to go and eat out.
Yeah.
This is what I value the most. I value my health. I value my wellness. And this is how my body's choosing to be nourished. Is that okay?
Yeah.
And just even having the confidence and owning that truth is big. Like, so, when you are finding yourself out, because this is another thing that I'm having to do. And it's never been a problem. But what I find now is that as I'm traveling through the States, it's like I have to be even clearer, because there's sugar in everything.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, I'm sorry, but not that. Take that out of my meal. Not that, not that, not that. Add this, add this, add this. And sometimes witnessing some people's patience, some people's frustration, some people's irritation, I'm like, that is not about me. That is not about me. But so often we don't want to make our needs met and known in fear of how it's going to be received. And part of the effortless receiving is asking. You have to ask. And you have to be willing to receive.
Yeah.
And if something's not right, it's like, I'm sorry, but I didn't ask for all of this. And there have been times where I've had to do that. But 9 times out of 10, it's like everything that I've asked for, I receive. And it's beautiful and nourishing, and my body loves it, which means that my journey, is effortless, and my body is healthy and well. Because if you think about the amount of flights like I'm doing, I've never done this much flying all in one go. And my immune system. And so all the foods that I eat, I'm very conscious about what gets to go in my body, so that I can maintain the frequency of my body, so that my body can stay healthy, whole, and optimal through this journey. So what am I saying? What I'm saying is that keep listening to your body, keep listening to your heart, keep following your wisdom, because your body knows. Your body knows what she needs. She knows what she wants. It's just sometimes we don't always hear it as well, right?
Yeah.
Or we're like, well,
we're not listening.
Or like, I want that, but she wants that, and, I had this conversation with someone the other day. We went for brunch, and I'm like, my body always gets what she wants. It's as simple as that. She gets what she wants. She comes first, because she supports me. She supports me to be able to show up fully charged, energized on this call, fully charged and energized for my trips, so that I can experience what I'm meant to be experiencing.
And you know that because you got sick.
Oh, I did.
You weren't taking care of your body.
No.
And you know that when you, because you were on the hamster wheel and had experienced a lot of stress, your body, she let you know, you can't keep doing this.
Right.
She gave you illness and
burnout,
and she let you know. So that's the the beauty,
the
gift of that illness is that you now have passion around giving her what she needs and wants,
and presence.
Yeah.
And I'm so grateful.
Yeah, it's like it's beautiful. So you're a great example from coming from a place where you weren't doing it to, like, that contrast is wonderful to learn from, right? The gift of illness is, it's information. Really, our body's just giving us information. I don't like what you're doing. Change something. Give me more of what I want. Give me more presence. Give me more nutrients.
Because we didn't know each other at that time.
You didn't know her. You did not know her. Yeah.
And you didn't know me then either.
I didn't know you either.
See me
when you told me that,
highly stressed out state.
I'm like, who? I did not. I can't even imagine you that way. Honestly, I can't imagine you stressed and
working 16-hour days.
Yeah, I can't. I can imagine you giving a lot because you're still incredibly generous. That I'm experiencing being with you. But I can't imagine you doing it at the detriment of your own health. That's not the Natalie that I met in 2018, nor experience now.
Yeah. So, we all are on our own journeys with our bodies. We all on our own journeys, period. And it's an unfolding journey that is ours to take. And, my body is a part of of my wealth definition. My body is a part of that. So we each get to decide what wealth is, what it looks like, and where we're willing to open up to more, when we're willing to open up to more. And a lot of that, is how safe we feel in our bodies. Like our nervous systems, they are the barometer of safety within us. I'm going to say that again. Your nervous system is your barometer of safety within you. And your body knows whether you feel safe or not. Even though in your head, you're like, well, I feel safe. But your body and your heart might have a totally different story. And that has been part of my journey over many years. And I've had to really shift that, work on regulating my nervous system to the point that I can roll with uncertainty way more than I ever could before. And yes, there's going to be fear coming up along the way. That's normal, but it's like, how quickly can I regulate my nervous system with uncertainty, with constant change, with the movement, And so it's about coming back to the body again, every single time, coming back to our hearts, our bodies, and the wisdom that they are there to give us all. So I just wanted to say thank you so much for joining us today.
Oh my goodness. Thank you for having me.
It's been such a juicy conversation.
It has. It is.
And thank you for joining us live. Sending you all so much love. I'm grateful for you all. Bye.
Bye.